Hey guys, Plev here, and today I'll be covering the GBU-43 MOAB. The MOAB, or Massive Ordnance Air Blast, also known as the mother of all bombs, is 30 feet long, weighs around 21,700 pounds, with an 18,700 pound warhead. The weapon is released by drogue chute from the back of the C-130. It can be buggy sometimes, and it has only been used in combat once in 2017 against an ISIS cave complex in Afghanistan. The weapon is GPS guided, allowing it to precisely strike command and control complexes, tunnel networks, and bunkers. The MOAB is released from the back of the aircraft by drogue chute and then is placed into a near vertical drop above the target. As such, it should be released within 2 nautical miles of your target from high altitude. With your ramp loaded, stage the GBU-43 MOAB. The weapon will be staged to the rear of the aircraft. Load the weapon onto the aircraft. Your Loadmaster will not be able to walk past or through the bomb. Instead, the Loadmaster should board via the side crew door. This door can be open and shut with the crew door open and close key commands. With the weapon loaded on board the aircraft, let's move on to programming it. And don't forget to go to MC Index, Weight and Balance, and under Payload, we'll enter the weight and position. With my Loadmaster all the way to the front of the aircraft, I seem to have gotten the MOAB up as far as I could get it. With an ARM farthest aft of the payload at 765, we'll enter 20,000, followed by 2 slashes to signify it's an airdrop, followed by 595. And regardless, we still got the warning, but we're going to go ahead anyways. In order for the bomb to guide properly, we have to program it. To do so, let's go to the mission page, the weapon page, and here we can program the MOAB. Even if you don't create a custom waypoint, you'll have one generated by the MOAB IP or the point of impact you entered in the weapons page under mission weapons. First, we have to enter the MOAB point of impact. There are a few ways we can get these coordinates. The first method I'll show you is through the F10 map. Choose a target from the F10 map. Hold left Alt and left click on that point. With the coordinates typed into my scratch pad, I will click the LSK to the left of MOAB PI. You can also place the cursor over a target and press cursor insert /update. And the coordinates will automatically be transferred to your scratch pad in longitude-latitude format. You can simply press the LSK. This will also generate a waypoint for you. Next, I'll enter our desired release IAS, or indicated airspeed. You do not need to go slow and raise the nose via flaps to get this out of the aircraft, as there is an extraction chute. We're going to go for 250 knots. You should drop between probably 10,000 to 20,000 feet. I'm sure you can go lower, but it's most effective between those altitudes. We're going to go for 20,000 feet. LAR radius is not yet implemented. And running course is the course along which you wish to release the bomb. By pressing your middle mouse button, you can click and drag a line and determine its course. I think we should drop along 108 magnetic. Let's go ahead and enter that value now. Next, go to Index, Next Page, and Custom Data. And with that entered into the scratch pad, we will left click on the LSK next to position. We'll also enter the elevation of our target, which is 7 feet. In the F10 map, after left-clicking on the airport we're coming out of, we can find that our ICAO code for this airport is OOKB. Let's make that our origin by going to Legs, Route, and typing OOKB and clicking the LSK. Next, I'll go back to the Legs page and I'll enter OOKB and click the LSK, placing that as the first point in our flight plan. Next, I'll add our drop point, at which I will program a CARP later on, MOAB. That is the custom point we created earlier. And then I'll add OOKB again as our final point. Now we have to set up a CARP where we wish to release the bomb. We'll click the LSK to the right of our MOAB waypoint. Then we'll go to MFP and CARP 1 init. We'll give ourselves a 500-yard drop zone. We'll give ourselves a LE to PI distance of 100 yards. We'll give ourselves a slowdown distance of 6 nautical miles for our slowdown point and 15 nautical miles for our turn point. And matching our desired release course we programmed into the bomb, we will enter 108 for our running course. As a post-production note, I found an LE to TE distance of 100 yards and LE to PI distance of 50 yards gave me the best results. However, you may have to experiment with even smaller drop zones. Now we'll move on to page 2. Also, make a note of the parachute type attached to the bomb and the bomb's CARP number. We need to change our load type to HE. To do so, we'll change that via the LSK on the left. You may notice that the release systems option has automatically changed to EXTR or extraction. This signifies that a drogue chute will pull the object out of the back of the plane, negating the need to slow down and deploy flaps to get the nose up in order for the object to fall out the back. We're going to select chute list, select G12D, go back to CARP init, and click the LSK to the left of chute. I tried setting CAS to my desired 250 knots, but it wouldn't let me, so I'm going to leave it at 140 and just fly 250 anyways. As such, let's enter 22000 into element weight with a quantity of 1. Now let's move on to page 3. I've redone this section for FUS STA as I've moved the payload forward for center of gravity. However, a value of 425 is what I'm going to enter. Let's do that now. I'll type 425 and enter. Bear with me, guys. It's not going to be much longer. Let's click next page to go to page 3. On the left, you have your wind velocity options. This is at the altitude you're dropping from and on the surface. We're going to start with the heading. In our case, there is no wind velocity, so we're just going to go 000/00. We'll do the same for the surface wind velocity, 000/00. If our surface temperature is 15 degrees Celsius and we subtract 2 degrees Celsius per 1,000 feet and we drop from 20,000 feet, we should have an altitude value of about 5 degrees Celsius. Our altimeter setting should match the QNH, which you can get from your briefing. In our case, 2992 is accurate. Now let's go to the next page. Let's enter our drop altitude of our desired 20,000 feet. We will not enter anything for obstruction elevation. Your point of impact elevation should match the target's altitude. In our case, that's 7 feet. Next, your DZ elevation needs to be greater than your PI elevation. I'm going to do 8 feet. Obstruction elevation is unnecessary. We'll move on to page 5, where you'll be relieved to know there's nothing for you to mess with. If all went according to plan, your flight plan should populate on your colored map display. Also, you can verify on the leg screen that your CARP is properly set up. Don't forget to activate your route and hit execute. Let's go ahead and take off and fly the mission. We'll climb up to 20,000 feet and then check in before flying our CARP drop. We'll also set our reference IAS to 210. And very nice, we're going to hit 20,000 feet well ahead of the drop. Ensure that the Aux Pump is on to allow you to open the ramp. It may take time to depressurize after setting the no pressure setting on the pressurization panel above the copilot. You can adjust the rate at which this change will happen with the pressurization rate control knob. If you need to, though, you can dump with the emergency pressurization switch all pressure aboard the aircraft. Acknowledge the master caution. Using our cursor, we're just going to take a look at the map. And there's our origin airfield down there from 20,000 feet. We'll fly to get back on the numbers and follow the flight director. Turn point coming up.
Check altitude.
A little high. Dropping some altitude to get rid of that warning. It really needs to be within 200 feet for that warning to turn off. I'm going to go ahead and drop the ramp now just so that we don't get oversaturated on the drop.
Check altitude. Check altitude.
Coming back up to the correct altitude.
Check altitude.
All right, here we go. 2 minutes until CARP. Should have used altitude hold, but I did not. Let's turn off cell. Be 1,000 feet too low. That'll be just fine, though. I'm going to try and do something about it. Want to make sure we're dropping on the right course. Offset the cursor, give us a little bit of clarity. About 730 feet too low. It's one minute till CARP. Let's get ready to hit the jump light. Got a minute to go. It's going to be seconds now. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump. Weapon away. Now let's do a second drop from 10,000 feet. This time we'll follow the bomb all the way down. Got 2 minutes till CARP. From lower altitude, we can see that we have a triangle over our drop point. We're going to work on getting back on course here at our slowdown point. At the SD point, I'll make sure the caution light's on.
Check altitude.
We're a little low. Let's work on that. Probably should have been using altitude hold. Slowdown point. We're already on speed. And it looks like our CARP point of impact is a little off, so we're going to release manually ahead of time. Let's get our HDD back on. Let's acknowledge that master warning. One minute. We're getting close. A little low. That's all right. We'll release in 3, 2, One pickle. At the time of filming, there's a bug with the point of impact guidance, and you will have to ballpark it in with the CARP function. Alright guys, this has been another C-130J tutorial with Plev. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if I've helped you out. Stay tuned for more. Plev, out.